All right, I want to share something with you. It's the story of a personal journey I've been on, one that completely changed how I see pretty much everything. For the past 6 months, I've been running an experiment on myself. And honestly, what I found is something we all need to be talking about, like right now.
So yeah, that's where it all started, with a simple experiment, but it was driven by a principle that's kind of been my North Star for my whole life.
I've just always believed that learning isn't a thing you do and then you're done, you know? It's not something that stops when you get a diploma. It's this continuous, never-ending process of becoming a better, more capable version of yourself.
But my little experiment with AI, well, it just blew that old view of work right out of the water. We're all conditioned to think about completion, right? Finish the project, close the ticket, ship the product. But what AI showed me is that work isn't a destination, it's a journey. It's a constant process of learning, adapting, of becoming.
So what really happened when I decided to use generative AI in my professional life every single day for 6 months straight? The results? Well, they didn't just tweak my perspective. They completely changed it.
So let's get into what the data actually showed me, because this is where it gets really interesting. And honestly, it was shocking. I went into this thinking, okay, this will be a neat tool, maybe a helpful assistant. I was so wrong. It was way, way more than that.
This number, this is the one that just stopped me in my tracks. 80%. After months and months of testing, I had to conclude that for over 80% of my professional tasks, I'm talking complex analyses, strategic plans, you name it, the AI performed better than I could. And not just a little bit better, a lot better.
And just to be super clear here, we're not talking about simple, repetitive stuff. As you can see, this is the high-level, white-collar work. The kind of tasks that have defined professional careers for decades, analyzing huge data sets, developing corporate strategy. In almost all of these key areas, AI now has the edge.
And here, you can just see the impact on my own productivity. It wasn't just a nice little boost. My output just exploded. Tasks that used to eat up an entire day, I could get them done in under an hour. It's hard to even wrap your head around that kind of efficiency gain.
So a change this big has a staggering implication. I mean, if one person can suddenly do the work of 20, what does that mean for the workforce? It points to a massive, massive shift. The number of managers, analysts, and specialists we need could shrink to less than 20% of what it is today. And maybe, over time, even less.
And that leads us to a much deeper, more fundamental question. If the very work that has defined our lives for centuries is being automated away, what does that mean for our purpose? You see, this isn't just about the economy. This is existential.
I really believe this whole situation is forcing us to rethink the very systems we've built our lives around. It's time for a reboot, a hard reset on what it actually means to live a valuable, meaningful life in a world where your labor isn't your main contribution anymore.
I mean, think about it. The whole concept of a 9-to-5 workday, our entire education system, these are artifacts from the industrial age. They were designed to create factory workers. Well, that era is over. AI works in microseconds. So education can't just be about creating workers anymore. It has to be about cultivating humans who can find their own purpose.
The way forward isn't to try and compete with AI. That's a race we are absolutely going to lose. The move is to pivot. We have to focus on the one thing AI can't do. It learns from the past, you see. It can't create genuinely new ideas or explore totally uncharted territory. That is the uniquely human domain.
Okay, so if our value is no longer in doing the work and having all the answers, then where is it? Where do we fit into this new world?
This realization, this was the most profound conclusion of my whole experiment. Our value as professionals is completely flipping on its head. For hundreds of years, we've celebrated the person who had the answer. Well, guess what? We now have a tool that has all the answers. Our new value? It's in our curiosity.
I honestly think we're seeing the dawn of a new kind of human. We've been Homo sapiens, the wise human or the working human. I think we're now becoming Homo Interrogans, the questioning human. Our defining trait isn't going to be our ability to work. It's going to be our ability to wonder, to be curious, to ask what if.
And this isn't just some small tweak to our job titles. This is an evolutionary leap in what it means to be human. We're shifting from a species defined by what we do with our hands to a species defined by our curiosity, by what we do with our minds.
Think about what we have now.
We have a tool that has learned from literally all of human civilization, and it's ready to help us explore any question we can possibly dream up. It's like having every great thinker in history in your pocket, acting as your personal, tireless teacher.
But that leaves us with a huge responsibility, one that starts today. This incredible new power, this new reality, it demands that we stop, take a breath, and think really, really carefully about the path we're choosing.
So, here's the first critical question we have to face. How do we make sure this incredible technology, which, remember, learned from all of us, is used to build a better world for everyone, not just for a select few?
And the second question is all about being intentional. We can't just build the most powerful AI we can and just cross our fingers, hoping for the best. We have to decide, right now, what kind of AI should we be building, on purpose, to create that better world?
And this is the most important question of all. This isn't about some far-off, distant future. It's about the choices we're making today, right now. Faced with a shift this monumental, what is the first step we take? That is the question I want to leave with you.